You don't do it for money. It's not about greed. It's about personal freedom. The reason you want to be an entrepreneur is to be able to do whatever you want with your time anytime you want. That's the whole idea, is to set yourself free to pursue the dreams you have. It happens to be, you need money to do that, but that's a derivative of the pursuit of freedom. There are billions of dollars out there waiting for policy, because for all the excitement about Bitcoin, for all the excitement about crypto, for all of the wonderful productivity, these products and blockchain, and everything that's promised, these massive pools of capital, these trillion-dollar pools, own this much crypto, this much, practically nothing. It's the purvey of high net worth individuals, hedge funds, and retail investors. And that's okay. But what we're missing is policy. When we get policy and the regulator regulates, that's not a negative thing. The spigots of capital are going to flood into this sector like you've never seen. And so for those of us that can invest in it now, you're getting ahead of what's going to be a huge wave of interest when policy occurs. I predict in the next 10 years that crypto, blockchain, Bitcoin, all of this innovation will be the 12th sector of the S&P. Now, why do I say that? Because Bitcoin is not a coin, it's software. Ethereum is software. Avalanche is software. Helium is software. Solana is software. It's all software, and the smartest hands over keyboards today in the world are developing on the chain and bringing innovation to financial services, which in the end is the largest sector on earth. Now, what we need is policy. We need government to catch up with us so that we don't lose leadership in America to this very important 12th sector of the economy. The president himself, in his direct order, his executive order, talked about crypto as something that he wouldn't make illegal. That was the most important message in there. Why is this any different than a money market fund? Why can't we have a simple audit every 30 days with the underlying security and side of it, whether it be USDC or any other stable coin? And why can't we limit the duration of the asset to 12 months or less? And then why don't we let the market compete to provide stable coins, which are now way past $100 billion, and allow institutions to put this on their balance sheets? The best way to approach this for all of us that are interested in crypto is to pick one pillar of value. And right now, I would argue that stablecoins are one of the fastest growing asset classes outside of Bitcoin, and help this become policy and law, and watch what happens. And the reason you should care is, if it's backed by the US dollar, it will become the reserve currency of the earth. That's what will happen. And why would we want to give that up to any other country? Why would we ever give that innovation up? So let's regulate this. Let's get behind this. Make it happen. Let the free market, let the private sector develop these stablecoin products and let them compete, just like Fidelity competes with their money market fund, like Schwab competes. They're regulated and everybody uses them when they have a cash balance on their account. Let's do the same thing here. That way, we have the innovators coding and we have the government regulating. That's a great outcome. People ask me every day, is it a good time to start a business? My answer, yes, it is. There's so much opportunity in chaos right now because so many people have time to sit and think. It's a wonderful time to start a business. And obviously, it's going to be a business that's not going to use retail for its primary distribution. And that may be imperative forever anyways. You've got to create a product or service that you can communicate directly to people with, whether they be just domestic or international. You have to think of something that you can use technology to reach out to people, that you can find a way to take an idea, sell a product or service to people online. And it's so easy to get into business today. The challenge is acquiring customers. But everybody's sitting at home. People are getting used to buying products and services directly. Take advantage of that right now. There's always an opportunity. And today in chaos, there's going to be plenty. Credit card debt is sometimes 21%. Student loans are 6 and 7%. You got to get rid of those first. Then you have the luxury of spending money on whatever you want, but not until you're out of debt. My big aha moment was getting fired from my first job on the first day I was there. That was really powerful. It taught me that there's two kinds of people. I was working in an ice cream store, and the woman there told me, you got to clean all the gum off the floor before you leave. And I said, hey, I'm not a scraper, I'm a scooper. You hired me as a scooper. I don't want to scrape the floor. She said, how about this, you're fired. Then I learned in life, there's two kinds of people. There's the people who own the store, and there's the people that scrape it off the floor. And you have to decide which one you are. If starting my first company hadn't worked out, I would have started my second company. If that failed, I would have started my third company. If that failed, I would have started my fourth company. The point is, you only need one hit, and you just don't know which one it's going to be. What's your most valuable asset in your life? It's not money, it's your time. End of a class, 9 at night, 600 people. There's a fellow up at the top puts up his hand and says, Mr. O'Leary, can you help me? And I said, what's your problem? Class goes dead silent. And he said, today, my fiancée came to me and said that I have to make a decision between our relationship and the business. Now the class is looking at me saying, okay, big guy, what's the answer? I said, everybody, let's be pragmatic. Which is easier to replace? I wish for all of you a catastrophic failure, something that makes you cry, that you just want to sit in a dark closet for, saying, why did I do that? How did that happen? The idea that you're going to be successful in all your endeavors is complete BS. And the key to that is every time you fail, because it'll be more than once, you have to learn from it. You do not want to do that again. The most important lessons you can learn are from failure. Why? That's the definition of experience. You gotta stop buying crap that you don't need. And there's a reason for this. Everybody is programmed, society programs you, advertisers program you, everybody's programming you to spend money. That's how the whole society works. That's what capital is all about. I mean, you know, the whole idea of consumer goods and services, that you need more of this stuff, that you go into credit to buy this stuff. That's all bad. You take 10% of your paycheck every 2 weeks, 10%. Whatever it is after tax, whatever you got, and you stick it into your robo app, the one that's investing automatically for you. Bitcoin mining is going to save the world. But why is Bitcoin mining good for the earth? Because the next generation of Bitcoin miners, and some of them are represented right here, are starting to work with energy that does not require carbon. Hydroelectricity and nuclear power, wind and solar. The drive to produce Bitcoin is so economic in value that they will go ahead and fund the next generation of machines and turbines. 90% of dams built in America in the last 100 years contemplated hydroelectricity, but never installed the turbines. I'll install the turbines. Why? Because it's great economics if I can use that and not be hassled by a carbon audit. This is the future of Bitcoin mining. We will be developing power for all communities while we mine coin in an ethical and 100% green mandate that we can do with hydroelectricity.